Laundering Syria. The 2009 Nobel Peace Prize was awarded to U.S. President Barack Obama for, quote, his extraordinary efforts in strengthening international diplomacy and cooperation between peoples, end quote. I wonder when the Norwegian Nobel Committee will ask for the award's return to protect their reputation. Obama's new climate, as the committee put it, in international relations, especially in the Muslim world, is a complete failure, unless you're on the side of the terrorists. Gitmo is still open. A status of forces agreement was not reached in Iraq, putting U.S. forces and contractors at risk. Troops were not brought home as promised. They were sent to Afghanistan. Obama received the award for giving a good speech about wars past, not for actually doing anything. Sort of like a participation trophy given to children. I wonder what the Nobel Committee thinks about kinetic military actions. You know that Libya event, which created a power vacuum, allowing terrorist organizations to get their hands on an estimated 23,000 surface-to-air missiles? That's not news. Obama running guns to the Zeta cartel to assassinate the Saudi ambassador didn't even make the news. It was all part of the Fast and Furious program run by Obama's chief henchman Eric Holder. Note Biden is just the king's court jester. Success of the program would have given Obama the ammunition needed to pass an assault weapons ban, effectively subverting the U.S. Constitution. The details are presented in the money laundering section at ostrichize.com. The short video on laundering Benghazi shows how Obama is using a video to hide his failures in Libya. Events there do not fit into his re-election narrative, but it gets worse. Much worse when you factor in Syria. The laundering oil video reveals Obama's passion to aid the Muslim Brotherhood, increasing their influence in Mexico and Brazil, where they are poised to take over that nation, just as they took over Egypt with Obama's support to drive out Mubarak. Obama provided aggressive military action to replace Gaddafi with Libya's first elected prime minister, Mustafa Abu Shakur, who attempted to stock the government with Brotherhood appointees. Fortunately, the Libyan parliament blocked the takeover and removed Mustafa from office. But what does this have to do with Syria? We are establishing the man's MO, meaning method of operation, because I don't do Latin. Even the gun running is tied to the attempted assassination of the Saudi ambassador whose king recently proclaimed the Muslim Brotherhood the greatest threat to the Muslim world. The Zetas were sending a message from Syria and Iran. Why is Obama protecting and supporting this terrorist organization? They are not just in our hemisphere, but in our backyard as Detroit becomes their capital in the United States. The entire state of Michigan is falling into Muslim rule, with non-Muslims being shut out of city council meetings. Most news media outlets are protecting the president and suppressing this information. Can we believe Obama when he claims no military support is being given to the rebels in Syria? Russia supports Syria's efforts against the rebels and claims the U.S. is providing the rebels with surface-to-air missiles. Obama has stated we are still discovering who the rebels are, and made special note the U.S. is only providing humanitarian aid. But this is after the event in Benghazi, and we know how this president loves a good cover-up, now that we are learning the rebels might be affiliated with Al-Qaeda, or infiltrated by Al-Qaeda members. From the beginning of the Benghazi attack, I wanted to know why Ambassador Stevens was there. He knew about Libya's security issues. CNN found his diary. Or did they? Pictures of the interior show the place burned out and even electrical boxes torn out of the walls. But the ambassador's journal was left on the floor? Cameras outside the complex imply video recorders inside, which explains the torn-out electrical boxes. The terrorists wanted the video recorders but not the ambassador's journal? Sounds like the CIA cleaned the building and planted the journal while Obama and his minions distracted us with a video. In biblical fashion, the SEALs were denied 3 times. These brave men moved towards the fight to protect the consulate, despite the cowards in Washington. Their careers were not an issue, only saving American lives. While Stevens was not found, 30 others were saved. Who are they? And where are the news media interviews? Were they involved in a weapons deal gone bad? If we are to believe the journal, why would Stevens go into this dangerous, unprotected area? He is stationed in Tripoli. Who ordered him to Benghazi and why? Can we get some handwriting experts on the journal? Was Stevens spearheading a weapons deal with the Syrian rebels? He was appointed by Obama through Secretary of State Hillary Clinton to Libya on June 7th. Was it to direct arms to the Syrian rebels through Libya? Were the rockets used to attack the consulate and safe house the very weapons being traded? New information is suggesting weapons would be trafficked through Turkey to get to the rebels. This would explain the skirmishes along the Syria-Turkey border being a result of these trades. Did the exchange go bad because Al-Qaeda learned about it through its operatives within the Syrian rebels? How safe do you feel right now, knowing Al-Qaeda scored rockets from the power vacuum created by Obama's bombing of Libya, and through another botched gun-running program? Al-Qaeda wants to eliminate Israel and the U.S. They see passenger planes as vulnerable targets, and now they can park rocket launchers outside airports throughout the U.S. for a massive strike. Chris Matthews, I hope you're right. And all these cover-ups are imaginary. And it's just about a video.